Hello!
Hello!
And welcome
to our video.
about
How to get the guy.
or the girl.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Okay. So we can do it like in steps because in the beginning, first you have to approach this person. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. And this approaching has to be done in a non-creepy way because you don't want to scare the girl away.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you don't want to jump her. So, it's like you have to find a balance between those two.
Yeah. So I think that like it's like more normal for guys to approach girls than there is for girls to approach guys. And that's why I think a lot of guys make a lot of mistakes when it comes to approaching girls because they don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to be us. And that's why we want to share a little bit of our experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about the guy on the subway.
Yeah.
He wasn't really hitting on me. He was just staring. This is the creepy.
Yeah.
This is the creepy mistake. Now I was sitting on the subway on a hot summer day, wearing a singlet that showed too much cleavage, and this guy was sitting right in front of me, and he was seriously staring at my boobs the entire time. Now I don't have big boobs or anything, so I don't know what he was staring at. It was so uncomfortable and so creepy, and actually I just wanted to hit him. I didn't know. I just put on my sweater and gave him a nasty look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the lesson from this is that even if you don't approach her, if you
Don't
stare at her
Yeah.
in an uncomfortable way, it's also like really bothering us.
Do not stare. Yeah.
So body language and your eyes and where your eyes are very important.
It is. And you also don't want to jump her. So, don't go there and be like, the first day you ever met her, don't be like, oh my god, I want a serious relationship. I'm so in love with you. I've never seen such a beautiful woman before. Like, don't be like that. Come on, this is just tiring. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, I'm so tired right now from telling you this. I would just want to go sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. In the steps, like when you first meet someone and you get to know them and you start dating them and stuff, for us to take you seriously and for us to actually take in your compliments and actually be happy about them, they have to be, they have to seem real. So like if you're complimenting someone about like their hair or something and you're staring at their boobs, then
Or the ass. Don't say
Yeah.
that. It's better not to say anything then.
yeah.
Actually.
And also like in the dating process, if you're like, I love you, like after like the first date, then
Or even the first week or
Yeah.
2 weeks. Like, nobody's gonna believe that.
nobody's gonna believe that, and you're actually gonna make it worse for yourself.
Yeah.
So
Just be like real. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, keep it real. That's all I can say.
I think that when it comes to like being real and being yourself, I think that's the key thing when it comes to confidence, because I'm sure all of you guys have heard a million times that, oh, you have to be confident to get a girl. So let's clear that up a bit, because there are a lot of guys who may be like a little bit shy, or like, they're not as upfront, they're not as, outgoing. But you don't have to be to get a girl,
Yeah.
but you have to be yourself.
Yes.
You have to be comfortable in who you are, and that's like, I think for me that's the key when it comes to like confidence. Yeah.
I'm just basing this on my experience. That the guys that do approach me, they are players. And those who don't, those who are a bit shy, I'm sure they know who they are and certain of themselves. But they are like the good guys. And
Yeah.
for me, I actually go after the good guys. I don't care if they look like, hell. But a player that looks good, like it's just heartbreak. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want a good guy who's ugly more than a pretty guy who's like worth nothing. Who wants
Yeah.
that?
I mean, I want a good guy too, of course. I think that's really important, and I think that all girls who love themselves would want to be with a good guy. So I think that's a myth that girls only want bad boys, because if you care for yourself and you want to be treated well, you want to get a good guy. So, I mean, don't be discouraged if you're actually a nice guy, because girls are gonna love you for being a nice guy, you know.
I actually know many guys who are single who always tell me that, you know, he's not getting girls because all the girls want bad boys and he's not one.
Yeah.
And honestly, you might be going after the wrong girls, because, you know, if a girl likes players, I don't think she's very certain of herself. She maybe wants to hurt herself. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so maybe you should look after a good girl who wants a good guy.
Yeah. And like, it matters where you go to find girls. If you just like go to the clubs every single time and you're like so upset that you don't find that good proper girl, then maybe you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah. You know, who goes to the club to look for a serious relationship anyway?
Yeah.
You know, clubs are just for fun.
Yeah.
And nothing more.
And actually, I think it's really important that the behavior, like the way you can act in a club, don't act that way anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the girls who go to clubs, they might like that attention for their body, they might like the stares, they might like to even be touched by strangers. But like other girls on the street, they do not want that.
Yeah.
So,
you know, that behavior is not appropriate anywhere else.
yeah.
At all.
And that actually can make us feel like really dirty. I mean, it doesn't feel like a compliment at all if you're staring at us, or if you're like trying to touch us, or like grabbing our ass or something. It actually makes us feel, I mean, it does. It makes us feel like really shitty about ourselves, and we don't feel pretty, we don't feel good if people do that at all. So
if you do that on me, I will actually take it that you don't respect me at all.
exactly.
Yeah, there's no respect there. So I will never respect you if you do that to me. So don't.
Yeah.
Actually, don't grab me at all. Don't even look at me. You can look at me now because this video.
Yeah.
On the street. No, if I've never even seen a guy who just looks at you like nicely and you see a smile. Nobody does that.
Some people do.
I've never seen anyone.
Some nice people. I mean, there are people who are like trying to get eye contact with you and then like giving you a smile and stuff, and that's cute. But just remember, it can be inappropriate like if you're in a relationship. So as soon as you can, try to find out if you're single or not.
So let's say that you have approached girls and you managed step 1.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? What is step 2?
Yeah. Like the dates that you ask the girl on says a lot about you. So if you ask her, like if you just met her and then you ask her to go to the club with you,
Yeah.
it says something about you. But then if you just met her and you ask her to come to dinner at your house, then it says something on the opposite, which also might be like a little bit too much.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go to a guy's house on the first date.
Yeah.
I would never do that. It's like, it can be so dangerous sometimes.
I know, it is.
Yeah. I wouldn't even go to the guy's house even after a week of dating. I would wait, seriously.
So where would you go, like on your first date? And
Well, it depends on who it's with. But actually I prefer very like daily like stuff. Like sitting in a cafe and drinking coffee or tea. Like very like homey and down to earth stuff. That's like, that appears.
I actually prefer that too. I prefer to like have your first date at a public place, like during the daytime, like having coffee, because you don't know if you're gonna like his company.
Yeah. You have to, you know, be able to get out of it.
Yeah.
Now, dinner is, you know, okay too. It's very normal to ask people to dinner as a first date.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's very me, because I am very picky about my food and I don't eat everywhere. And
I feel like, I mean, this might be just me, but I feel like eating is kind of a little bit more personal
yeah,
than like if you're gonna have a coffee, just because you're like the person's gonna watch you eat.
yeah,
And actually, by the way, it is possible for a guy to stare at you with like a sexual, lusty look while you're eating.
Especially if you're like eating on a popsicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't eat popsicles on
Don't
first
eat.
date.
Yeah.
Two girls. No, yeah. Yeah, eating is personal, and also it's very easy to judge a person because I'm often, you know, interpreted as picky and like very like spoiled because of the way I eat, and it is not true. So,
Yeah. Okay, so that brings me to something else, because I was just thinking, don't judge everything. Like if
Yeah.
you're a girl especially, don't overthink. Don't try to like judge every situation and like wonder too much and analyze things.
Yeah, just try to get to know the guy. See if he is a good guy, if he is
Yeah.
a good match for you. Like, yeah, don't judge that. You know that I always say, never judge people at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also feel like not just people, but like the situations, because sometimes you can be like, oh, like I saw he added someone else on Facebook, and then it's like, okay, well that doesn't mean that it's actually gonna get married to this other person,
Yeah.
you know. So
Absolutely not. No.
yeah,
Yeah. But also, we do live in a very technological world, and approaching has kind of become like a thing that happens on Facebook. And I don't know how I feel about that. You know, saying hi to a friend on Facebook, that's fine, but I don't want to be asked out on Facebook. And I don't know.
yeah,
I feel it is not personal, and you didn't really make an effort to do it because it's so easy to just write something and send it when you can't see the person.
yeah.
Yeah, like seriously, man up and do it over the phone or preferably face to face.
And even if you're shy, and even if you're gonna be embarrassed when you ask, like if someone came up to me and they were really shy and they were really nervous, and even if they were like stuttering, but they actually came up to me and they actually asked me out, then I would think that he was really brave, actually.
Yeah, and most likely we will say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just think that you don't have to like be like, oh, here I am, I'm like God's gift to the women or whatever, but I mean, you have to show that you're interested.
Yeah.
You really do.
You know, you have to make an effort to get something at all. You know, you have to give a little to get a little. Yeah. So you don't be afraid to approach her. She will probably say yes. And don't judge on the first date. Do not stare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we cover it all now?
I think so.
I think we did.
Yeah. And so, if you actually like, you've been dating for a while, and you feel like this is actually someone who I really, really like, and how do you take it to the next step? Getting the guy or
Getting the guy,
girl.
like getting him to commit in a relationship.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I guess there's the talk that nobody likes, and the talk that the girl always have to take initiative for. I know this is well known, and I've done this myself. You know, taking the talk. You know, where is this going?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I actually don't want to date a guy for too long before I take that step, because I have to know that it is serious. Because I don't waste my time on not serious stuff. So, you know, have the talk, not too early, and don't wait too long with it, because you know you don't want to. People ask like, yeah, so is there a guy? Do you have a boyfriend? And you're like, no, I don't know what we are. Like, who likes that? Okay, so we were talking about what do you do if you're flirted with while you're dating another guy with an undefined relationship.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. So that's all for today.
thank you for watching.
And have a great day. Bye.